Hello, everyone. This is Roz Henderson. I am your sales trainer. And I want to tell you there's money to be made out there as an entrepreneur. There's tons of money out there to be made as an entrepreneur. And I get really upset because so many people are unable to even turn on their lights because they're just not making enough as an entrepreneur. Today, I'm going to be talking from this book that I wrote, I guess about a year and a half ago, 21 must-dos for women in business to close more sales, because I am putting together a forum where we're going to be talking about selling like a woman. Men have even attended this event. Now, before I even get started, let me tell you who I am. I'm Rosalind Henderson. I was a teacher for 30 years who decided at year 20, it's time to do something different. And I said, entrepreneurism, that's the ticket out. And so I started a leadership training business, but I soon learned that I was horrible at sales and that I hated it. I got professionally trained, worked on sales psychology, worked on my mindset, worked on understanding and perfecting a 9-step sales system. Once I did, the first time I used it, I was able to close an account with Chick-fil-A for $2,500. And it happened again, and it happened again, and it happened again, which told me that because I had all of these tools in alignment, I could make a consistent income. I changed the shift and focus of my business, and I started training in sales because I have a teacher's heart, love to be able to pull out the potential of my clients. I am my own avatar. I truly enjoy working with someone who is where I was and showing them the best practices and helping them to perfect their sales skills so that they can find their inner sales pro and enjoy a consistent income. It can happen. But what gets in the way of making 6 figures? Some do, some don't. It starts with mindset. It starts with a sales mindset. So that is a broad and big topic. Do you know that at least 6,000 thoughts course in our minds in a given day? And the question is, are those thoughts advancing you towards your goals, or are they detracting from your sales goals? Thoughts can definitely be obsessive. Thoughts like, you know what? I haven't made a sale all this month and I never will. And so therefore what? You go and binge watch Netflix instead of doing outreaches. I've seen it in the sales process where a client might be running a sales call and they get to the part of the call where they have to say how much their product or service is worth, and they bumble and stumble because at heart, it's about self-worth. They're wondering, is what I'm asking for equal to the value that I can give the client? And I've seen it in simple things like hearing a no from a prospect. And that person, I know I've done it in the past, has taken it as personal rejection, and you're sitting on the sidelines here, licking your wounds instead of getting back on the horse and executing, lead generating, executing, because we know that sales is a number game, and we're going to hear more no's than we're going to hear yeses. These are very classic mindset issues that we don't tolerate. We need to overcome. We need to transform, because this confidence that we need to build is critical as we sell our services. Do you know that you as the leader in the conversation, in a sales conversation, you've got to be able to transfer your confidence, your enthusiasm, your assuredness that what you have to offer your client is going to rock their world. It's going to change their current circumstances. You have got to be the one to sell them on you, because oftentimes when a prospect objects, and they may not say it, you might have to dig a little deeper. Oftentimes they're wondering, are you the one to provide the transformation? Do you have the ability? Or they're wondering if this program of yours is in alignment to create the change that they need. Or you might have to shift their thinking because they're wondering, after going through 3 coaching programs, and yet they haven't enjoyed a full result, they're wondering if it's even possible for themselves. That's where you become important. Oftentimes women, less so now, but definitely in the past, surely as I was growing up, women were taught to be invisible. I was the cutest little girl you could find in the 60s and 70s. My hair was a work of art. I had my bobby socks on, my beautiful turquoise dress. I was gorgeous, but I was to be looked at and to only speak when I was spoken to. What did that result in? A sense of invisibility. Also, a lot of us ladies have grown up attending to other people. Other people's needs are much more important than ours. I sat tall in my chair in school because I wanted the star, the little foil star from the teacher. I loved it when my mom said, "You're such a great daughter." And she'd give me a kiss on the head because I appeased her, or the priest, other people. But in the process of doing that, we become invisible. Now, this all may have worked when we were youngins. We got by because we wanted to belong. That's why we agreed to do this. Can I tell you, when you grow up, it becomes a problem, because life insists that we become assertive, especially if you're going to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are pioneers. Entrepreneurs are sellers. And when you become invisible to yourself, unpacking who you are is vital. It's painful, but it's vital, because that's what shows up in a sales presentation. You. And oftentimes the service that was put together by your hands. So mindset, sales confidence is really, really critical in being a salesperson who can make 6 figures. Secondly, let's talk about a sales system. A sales system is really vital. Look, many of you know about McDonald's, the Golden Arches. Their hamburgers probably aren't the healthiest or the best, but what they do have is a system second to none. The brothers, along with a partner, really focus on creating this pristine incremental system. There were steps: step 1, step 2, step 3, in making the Big Mac, the fries, the shakes. Each and every step meant that these items came out each and every time in a predictable way. You had this quality. If you got a shake on Monday and turn around and got a shake on Friday. It's the same. It's the same quality. Why? Because they had a system. Likewise, sales is done best when you do it in a systematic way. There's step one, lead generation. Step two, setting an appointment, on and on. Because as I said before, there are 9 steps in the sales system. They're in order for a reason. One builds on the other. And when you have something that is systemized, it's going to give you predictable results. It's going to result in revenue, closing a prospect and making that prospect your ideal client. That's the beauty of a system, is that you have consistency. So many of us entrepreneurs, unfortunately, are doing business in a haphazard sort of way. So we have holes or gaps in our system. And so maybe you picked up some information from YouTube, you listened to a podcast, your friend named Ned, and who knows, you listen to an Audible book. So you have this patchwork sales system that does what? Create unpredictable results. Unpredictable results. Therefore, I am inviting you, start thinking about it. I'm going to give you more detail as we move on in our videos about our mega sales program, which will begin at the end of July. I want you to get excited about it because we're going to focus on more than 2 things, but for starters, we're going to focus on mindset. You being introduced to research-based tools that's going to help you not manage, not tolerate, but to transform your mindset about sales, to transform your low self-worth into confidence so that you can transfer that enthusiasm to your prospect over and over again so that they're so excited. They are shaking and saying, here's my credit card. Go ahead and sign me up. That's the kind of enthusiasm you need to have. So we're going to definitely impart that to you. We're also going to impart to you and train you on our 9-step system. And it's not going to just be us blah, 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 talking. You're going to be taking action. We're going to be practicing the 9-step system so that you get so good that these practices will be instilled in you and you'll be able to do it in your sleep. And when you can run sales calls in your sleep, then you can close more and more clients. I am here to say 6 figures is a real possibility. Start taking your business seriously and know that even if it feels far-fetched to you now, that you can make a good living through your business, you will. Until next time, peace and blessings. Bye-bye for now.